God said, "Shave your heads now, chosen one. This order is bigger than you realize. Don't let God down." If you're seeing this message right now, at this very moment, it's not by chance. Heaven has led you here. This is a spiritual command, a hidden instruction, a divine test of obedience that will unlock blessings you can't even imagine. You've been praying, crying, and waiting for a breakthrough. You've been asking God for a sign. This is your sign. This is the final step before your elevation. What's coming to you is greater than your mind can comprehend. But first, God is asking for your obedience. This isn't just about hair. This is about surrender. This is about breaking chains, stepping into your calling, and preparing your spirit for the massive shift that is already at your door. Before we dive into this life-changing message, take a moment to pause this video and do 3 things. Hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 95,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 99. This number will send a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this video. That action sends a signal to the heavens that you're ready. If you're truly a chosen one, you will stay to the end. Because what I'm about to share next is the hidden meaning behind this order, and it will shake you, elevate you, and prepare you for the biggest reward of your life. This is your moment. God is watching. Heaven is waiting. Your destiny starts now. There is a moment in the spiritual journey of every chosen one when the voice of God breaks through the noise of everyday life with clarity and authority. This moment demands immediate action, a divine command that cannot be ignored or postponed. When God tells you to shave your head, He is not focused on your appearance. Instead, He is calling you to a deeper level of obedience, humility, and readiness. This is God's final command for preparation, a sacred invitation to step into your destiny fully aligned with His will. It's natural to hesitate when faced with such a bold call. But remember, hesitation can cost you the breakthrough waiting just beyond your obedience. This command requires you to surrender your pride, your comfort, and even your own understanding. It's a spiritual cleansing, a cutting away of the old to make way for the new. To obey this command is to say, "God, I trust you completely, even when I don't fully understand." This moment marks a spiritual crossroads. When you shave your head in obedience, you are publicly and privately declaring your allegiance to God's plan for your life. You are making a sacred vow that you will no longer walk by sight but by faith. There is power in obedience, and God's final command is your gateway to the blessings, breakthroughs, and divine elevation He has long promised you. What may seem like a simple physical act carries a depth of spiritual significance that reaches far beyond the surface. The order to shave or trim your hair is not merely about changing your look, it's a spiritual rite of passage. This is a hidden mission, a divine strategy designed to prepare your spirit for an awakening that will shift the very course of your life. Beneath this command lies a powerful spiritual truth. God is ready to do something monumental through you. Throughout history, sacred rituals like shaving or cutting hair have signified transformation, humility, and the start of a new covenant with God. For example, the Nazirite vow in the Bible involved hair growing as a symbol of dedication to God, but the cutting marked the completion of a spiritual journey. Your obedience to this order connects you to that ancient lineage of those who dared to step into God's higher calling through symbolic acts of faith. The hidden mission here is clear: to position you for a spiritual uprising. This isn't just a personal change, it's part of a larger divine plan that involves not only your life, but the lives of those you will influence. God is preparing you to be a vessel of His power, and this spiritual order is your initiation into a breakthrough that will shake the foundations of your world. Obedience to God is the master key that unlocks the floodgates of heaven's blessings. When you follow this command to shave or trim your hair, you are actively stepping into a covenant of divine favor. This act is your spiritual handshake with God, a sign that you are ready to receive the unimaginable, blessings that go beyond your current reality and exceed all expectations. Many wait for blessings to come without understanding that obedience precedes manifestation. God honors those who are willing to act on His word, even when it challenges their comfort or pride. Your obedience today will position you to walk in the fullness of God's promises. Think of it as the spark that lights a fire of abundance, favor, and breakthrough in your life. There is power in submission. By humbling yourself and following this divine instruction, you open doors that have been locked for years. You move from a place of waiting to a place of receiving, from limitation to abundance. Your obedience is not just compliance, it's a deliberate choice to activate the blessings God has stored up for you. Blessings so rich, they will astonish you. Whether you fully shave your head, carefully trim, or simply shorten your hair, this outward act is a powerful symbol of your inward faith. Your hair, often seen as a symbol of strength, identity, and beauty, represents your past, your old ways, and even your attachment to the familiar. When you allow God to direct you to cut or trim it, you are signaling a radical surrender, a readiness to let go of what has been to embrace what is coming. This act is not about aesthetics, but about activating the spiritual realms. It's like flipping a divine switch that calls heaven's attention. Your faith, demonstrated through obedience, sparks supernatural favor and opens channels for blessings, breakthroughs, and protection. The simple act of obedience carries a tremendous spiritual weight. Imagine the ancient prophets and leaders who took similar steps in moments of great spiritual significance. Each act of haircutting was a declaration that the old self was dying and the new self, empowered by God, was rising. Your obedience today triggers the same heavenly response. Your faith activates the powers of heaven on your behalf. Before any significant breakthrough, there is a period of testing, a refining fire that purifies your faith and prepares you for what lies ahead. This command to shave or trim your hair is your final test. It's a spiritual checkpoint that will separate those who are ready to rise from those who remain stuck in doubt and hesitation. Tests are designed not to punish, but to prepare. They challenge you to let go of fear, pride, and control. This act of obedience is a spiritual battle cry, a declaration that you are ready to move forward no matter the cost. It's a bold step of faith that says, God, I am willing to do what it takes to receive the breakthrough you have promised. The enemy will attempt to distract you with doubts, fears, and temptations to hold back. But remember, the test you face now is a sign that your breakthrough is near. Those who pass this test will enter a new season marked by power, authority, and divine favor. Stand firm and obey. Your divine uprising depends on it. One of God's eternal principles is that when He removes something from your life, it is always to multiply blessings in ways you cannot yet imagine. The act of shaving or trimming your hair might feel like a sacrifice or loss, but it is the first step toward a multiplication of glory, favor, and abundance. Look back at biblical stories where God removed something from His chosen people only to return it with exponential increase. Joseph was stripped of his freedom before being elevated to rule Egypt. Job lost his possessions before God restored twice as much. Your obedience to this command is the beginning of your own multiplication story. God is clearing the way for greater things. When He removes the old, He creates space for the new opportunities, new relationships, new blessings, and new glory. Prepare yourself to receive a blessing so abundant, It will change your life and inspire generations to come. Often, God's instructions may seem insignificant or even confusing when viewed through human eyes. But what you perceive as small or trivial is actually a monumental step toward fulfilling your divine destiny. The act of shaving or trimming your hair is no exception. It is a sacred key that unlocks your future. God's perspective is far beyond our own. He sees the end from the beginning, and He knows that this simple act of obedience will set into motion a chain of events that will alter the trajectory of your life forever. This is not a random instruction. It is a divine appointment with your destiny. When you obey now, you are not just following a command, you are aligning yourself with the plans and purposes God has for you. Delay or refusal will only postpone the fulfillment of your destiny. Step out in faith, knowing that what you do today holds the power to change your tomorrow. Imagine standing before a door glowing with divine light, the threshold between your current life and the breakthrough you have longed for. That door is open, waiting for you to step through by obeying God's command to shave or trim your hair. The question is, will you take the step? Breakthrough often requires us to move beyond comfort and familiarity. This moment calls you to courage, trust, and bold faith. Behind that door lies the release of blessings, healing, favor, and elevation. But it will only open fully when you show your readiness through obedience. Many miss their breakthroughs because they hesitate or doubt. Don't be one of them. Your breakthrough is here, right now, knocking. Open the door by obeying, and watch how God transforms your life in ways you never thought possible. After the cutting, there is regrowth. This is not just about hair growing back. It symbolizes renewal, restoration, and new life in every area of your existence. But before the new can grow, you must let go of the old fully and trust God's perfect timing. Like a garden after pruning, your life is being prepared for a season of growth and fruitfulness. It requires patience and faith to believe in what cannot yet be seen. Trust that God's hands are shaping you into something greater, and that every sacrifice you make now will be rewarded with abundance. Regrowth is a powerful promise, a declaration that God restores and renews. Your obedience plants the seeds of transformation that will flourish into new opportunities, relationships, and blessings. Stay faithful. Your new season is on the horizon. God's blessings are not limited to the spiritual realm alone. He desires to exalt His chosen ones in every dimension: wealth, power, royalty, and prestige. Your obedience to this command is your passport into this elevated realm. This is your divine appointment to rise. Many believe they must sacrifice earthly success to be spiritual, but God's kingdom includes every area of life. He wants you to walk in abundance and influence so you can bless others and expand His kingdom. Your rise will be a testimony of God's faithfulness. Prepare to see doors open where there were none, to have resources flow unexpectedly, and to be recognized as a leader and a person of honor. This is your time to shine. The world is waiting to see the greatness God is raising up in you. The world moves with the crowd, but God calls His chosen to stand apart. This act of obedience, shaving, trimming, or shortening your hair, is a visible mark that you belong to a different kingdom. It sets you apart from the ordinary and aligns you with the extraordinary. By obeying, you declare that you will not conform to worldly pressures or fear of judgment. You choose God's will over popular opinion. This separation is not isolation, but a sacred distinction that prepares you to carry God's glory in your generation. Walking this path may be challenging, but it is the path of honor and destiny. The crowd may not understand, but God will reward your courage and commitment. stand firm. You are chosen, and you are set apart for greatness. All you have endured, the waiting, the praying, the testing, has led you to this pivotal moment. God is ready to elevate you to a higher level of authority, influence, and blessing. Your obedience to this command is the final key that unlocks this elevation. This is a divine transfer of power. When you obey, you step into a new realm of favor, where your prayers are answered quickly, your vision expands, and your impact multiplies. This higher level is waiting for you to claim it. Don't let fear or doubt cause you to miss this divine appointment. God is standing ready to lift you up, to open new doors, and to establish you in a place of honor. Obey now and receive your crown. Think of this command as a spiritual contract between you and God. By shaving or trimming your hair, you are entering a covenant of blessing, protection, and divine purpose. This contract requires your full commitment and faith. Signing this contract means you choose to follow God's lead no matter what. It means trusting Him with your life, your future, and your identity. In return, God promises to uphold you, bless you, and bring you into the fullness of your destiny. This is not a contract to be taken lightly. It's a sacred agreement that transforms your life. Sign it boldly with obedience and watch as God fulfills every promise written for you. Refusing to obey this divine command is more than disobedience. It is turning away from the destiny God has prepared for you. This order is a spiritual doorway. Rejecting it is closing yourself off from the blessings, breakthroughs, and elevations God longs to give. The consequences of rejection can be painful: missed opportunities, delayed breakthroughs, and continued struggles. God's plans are always for your good, but they require your cooperation. Saying no to this command is saying no to the life God designed for you. This is a moment of decision. Will you embrace your destiny through obedience, or will you let fear and pride hold you back? The choice is yours, but remember, God's call comes with a promise. Obey, and your life will never be the same. The time to act is now. Do not wait for another day, another sign, or another voice. God's command is urgent, and the rewards He has prepared for you are beyond imagination. Obedience right now will unlock blessings that will shake your world and elevate your life beyond your wildest dreams. Imagine a life free from financial worry, full of divine favor, spiritual authority, and joy. This is the reward waiting for you, a life transformed by God's power and love. But it begins with your obedience to this simple yet powerful act. Don't hesitate. The heavens are watching, and God's promises are sure. Take the step of faith today. Shave, trim, shorten, obey, and prepare for a breakthrough that will change everything. When God gives a command and you obey, you are unlocking an invisible floodgate in the spiritual realm. The obedience to shave, trim, or shorten your hair may seem small, but it's the key to a tidal wave of blessings you've been praying for. This is not a drizzle or a sprinkle. This is a tsunami, a force of abundance so great that it will sweep away every obstacle and bring fresh provision into your life. Obedience sends a signal to heaven. I am ready. And heaven responds by releasing what has been held back. The moment you act on this divine order, expect unusual opportunities, surprising breakthroughs, and a level of favor you've never known. The wave is coming, and it's unstoppable once released. This tsunami of blessing will not only cover your life, but also overflow into the lives of those connected to you. Your family, your community, your business, and your relationships will experience the aftershocks of your obedience. One act of faith will ripple through generations. You've waited, you've prayed, you've endured. Now God says, obey and watch what I pour out. This wave isn't just blessing, it's transformation. The drought you've experienced is over. Prepare yourself, chosen one. The tsunami is on its way. When God calls you to obedience, it's because He's preparing you to handle something much bigger. The command to shave or trim your hair is directly connected to your capacity to carry wealth, provision, and resources. You're not just being blessed financially, you're being upgraded in your financial mindset and your ability to steward abundance. This shift isn't about receiving a little more money. It's about stepping into a new dimension where your needs are not just met, but exceeded, where you move from living paycheck to paycheck to becoming a lender, investor, and kingdom builder. This is a financial awakening birthed by spiritual obedience. You must prepare your heart now. The blessings God is about to pour out are heavy. They come with responsibility, vision, and purpose. Your act of obedience is God's test to see if you're ready to handle what's coming, and He wouldn't ask if He didn't already know you could. This is the moment when your financial story changes forever. No more scraping by, no more feeling small. God is raising you to be a channel of wealth, influence, and provision. Get ready to carry more. The act of shaving or trimming your hair is more than humility. It's preparation for royalty. God is setting a table before you, placing a crown on your head, and positioning you in places of power and influence where decisions are made. Your obedience is your training ground for rulership. Every great leader in Scripture went through a season of preparation before elevation. Joseph shaved before entering Pharaoh's palace. David was anointed long before sitting on the throne. This command you're following now is your royal preparation moment. God is about to seat you in rooms you once only dreamed of. You will speak, and your words will carry weight. You will lead, and others will follow. But first, God requires the sign of surrender, the outward act that shows your heart is ready to steward power without pride. This is not about ego or status. It's about assignment. You are being positioned to bring light and justice to places of darkness. Your obedience today ensures that when the seat is offered, you will be ready to take it. Every tear you've cried, every betrayal you've endured, every injustice you've faced has been seen by God. Your obedience today is the trigger that sets in motion a season of divine justice. God is not only restoring what you lost, He is repaying you double for every hardship. This act of shaving or trimming your hair symbolizes the shedding of past pain and shame. It's you saying, "I release the past and I'm ready for restoration." God hears that cry and responds as a righteous judge. When justice comes, it doesn't just level the playing field, it elevates you. Expect unexpected apologies, financial compensation, restored relationships, and opportunities that correct years of loss. This is not revenge. It's restoration by God's hand. The delays, the denials, the betrayals, all of it has been accounted for. God's repayment is coming, and it will exceed your imagination. Obedience is your signal to heaven. I'm ready for justice. One of the greatest rewards of obedience is peace. Not the fragile peace the world offers, but the deep, unshakable peace of God. When you shave or trim your hair, you are shedding not only the physical, but also the spiritual weight you've been carrying. This peace will touch every part of you. Your mind will quiet. The constant overthinking, the anxiety, the sleepless nights, they will give way to clarity and rest. Your body will feel lighter, your spirit refreshed, your soul renewed. You will feel as if a heavy cloak has been lifted off you. That's because obedience breaks the grip of fear and invites the Holy Spirit to fill you with a peace that passes understanding. This peace will guide you, guard you, and prepare you for what's next. Your renewal is here. God is not only giving you external blessings, He is healing you internally. This is your time to breathe, to rest, to stand tall in a new sense of wholeness. Obedience acts like a beacon, drawing God's favor directly to you. When you follow His command, you mark yourself as ready for supernatural opportunities. Expect doors to swing wide, offers to appear from nowhere, and people of influence to seek you out. This is not normal favor. This is supernatural favor. It bypasses protocols, breaks limitations, and accelerates your progress. Where others strive for years, you will see results in days. That's the power of aligning with God's timing. Every closed door you faced in the past was preparing you for the right one. Now, because of your obedience, those right doors will not just open, they will fly open. Contracts, partnerships, platforms, and opportunities will come rushing toward you. Be prepared to move quickly. Supernatural favor is not something to waste. It's an invitation to step boldly into new territory. You've waited long enough. Now is your time. One decision can shift the entire trajectory of your life. Shaving or trimming your hair may seem small, but it's a prophetic act that changes your direction from wandering to walking in destiny. This is your turning point. Many spend years praying for destiny, but remain stuck because they hesitate at the point of decision. This moment is your opportunity to break the cycle. Your obedience today is God's way of steering you into alignment with your true purpose. This shift may feel uncomfortable at first, like stepping into unknown territory. But trust that God's hand is guiding you. Every step you take in obedience is a step closer to the future He has already prepared. You will look back on this day as the moment everything changed. This is your GPS recalibration. Your route has been updated, and destiny is your destination. You've endured seasons of hardship that felt like fire, betrayal, loss, rejection, tests that seemed endless. But here's the truth. That fire was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to refine you. And now, because you've obeyed, you are stepping out of the fire untouchable. Your obedience to this command is the final act of purification. It's like gold being refined in flames. The impurities are burned away, leaving only strength and beauty. You're emerging stronger, wiser, and unshakable. People will look at you and wonder how you survived. They won't see the scars, they'll see the glow. That's because obedience and endurance create a glory that cannot be faked. You are no longer vulnerable to the same attacks that once hurt you. The fire you walked through has made you a force to be reckoned with. This is your season of strength. Obedience opens your spiritual eyes. When you shave or trim your hair, you are not just obeying a command. You're clearing away distractions and aligning yourself with divine insight. Suddenly, things that were hidden will become clear. Expect dreams, visions, and revelations. Expect strategies for your next season, clarity about relationships, and insight into opportunities. God is about to show you what was invisible before. This revelation isn't just information, it's transformation. It will give you the wisdom to make decisions quickly, to avoid traps, and to seize opportunities with confidence. Your obedience is like cleaning a dirty window. What was once blurry will now be crystal clear. Get ready. Revelation is coming. Your obedience has activated a heavenly principle, wealth transfer. This is not just about earning more. It's about resources moving supernaturally into your hands. Contracts, inheritances, gifts, and opportunities will come to you unexpectedly. This is the fulfillment of God's promise to store up wealth for the righteous. It's not luck or coincidence. It's divine orchestration. The act of shaving or trimming your hair is the trigger that unlocks this flow. You will see streams of provision you didn't plan for. People will bless you without knowing why. Debts will be cleared, investments will pay off, and doors to new income streams will open. God is positioning you to be a steward of kingdom wealth. This transfer is not just for you, but for the mission He's called you to. Prepare your heart and your hands. Heaven is releasing resources into your care. When God calls for obedience, He's not only working in the visible, but deeply within your very being. This act of shaving or trimming your hair triggers a spiritual upgrade at the DNA level. It's a transformation so profound that it reprograms your spiritual blueprint, changing who you are at the core. This shift rewires your spiritual and physical makeup, aligning you with a higher frequency of God's power and purpose. Your cells, your thoughts, and your emotions are all being tuned to resonate with divine destiny. You're not the same person who began this journey. You're becoming a new creation, ready to receive and walk in miracles. This upgrade will manifest in ways you can see and feel: renewed energy, clarity, greater resilience, and supernatural healing. Old patterns and weaknesses begin to fall away as the new DNA blueprint takes root, preparing you to handle the blessings and challenges ahead with unprecedented strength. The shift in your DNA means you are now equipped to live a life that honors God's promises. Your inheritance is secured on a molecular level. It's not just hope or faith, but a guaranteed spiritual reality. Embrace this upgrade, knowing that every cell of your body is being prepared for greatness. Your obedience is not just a personal breakthrough, it's a public display of God's power. As you follow His command, your transformation will become undeniable, drawing the attention of everyone around you. People will stop and stare, because what is happening in your life will be extraordinary. The world loves a comeback story, but your story will be beyond what anyone imagined. Your humility, your surrender, and your faith will be a testimony that challenges the impossible. You will become a living example of what happens when someone chooses to obey God wholeheartedly. Expect to be a source of inspiration and hope. Your journey will encourage others to take their own steps of faith, and your life will become a platform for God's glory. People will wonder how you moved from struggle to triumph, and you'll know the answer lies in obedience. Your transformation will shake the status quo. You will not only change your own life, but cause a ripple effect across communities, nations, and generations. The world will watch, and they will stand in awe, because what God is doing through you is powerful, real, and unstoppable. God's blessings do not come in small portions when you obey. They come in multiplication. The seed you plant today through your obedience will yield a harvest beyond your wildest dreams. What you touch, whether your business, relationships, health, or dreams, will begin to multiply exponentially. This is the law of divine increase in action. Where there was scarcity, abundance will now flow. Your investments will yield profits, your efforts will bear fruit, and your time will bring greater returns. You will experience the joy of overflow, not just enough, but more than enough. Multiplication is a supernatural force that defies natural limitations. It means doors open that were once locked, ideas come to life with power, and blessings multiply faster than you can count. Your obedience has activated this force, and there's no limit to what can be multiplied. Get ready for your life to overflow in every area. Your blessings will not just meet needs, but overflow to bless others. You will become a conduit of God's generosity, and everything you touch will carry the fragrance of divine multiplication. This is your moment. Embrace the overflow. Your obedience today isn't just for your benefit, it's the foundation of a legacy that will outlast your lifetime. When you step into this season of breakthrough, your story will become a beacon of hope, lighting the way for countless others who feel lost or defeated. Imagine your grandchildren and great-grandchildren hearing how your faith in a simple command changed everything, how you chose to obey when the world doubted, and how God honored that obedience with life-altering blessings. Your testimony will be a living testament to God's faithfulness and power. Legacies are built not by chance, but by intentional choices made in obedience and trust. Your decision today plants seeds for future generations to flourish spiritually, financially, and emotionally. You're carving a path where many will walk confidently because of your courage. God is not just shaping your story for you. He's shaping it for those who will follow. This is your moment to sow into eternity. Your legacy will be rich with faith, hope, and unwavering obedience. The moment you commit to God's command, expect spiritual resistance.